Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and we are here today to do a video that I did kind of a little bit ago on the channel, but for the women, but now we're going to do it for the men, is to make a brand new organization. Essentially, like what would I be looking for in what a all men's league would be to a certain extent? Like, would you go over youth? Would you go over power? People, fame, just overall ability. I don't really even know myself, so we are going to go over it. So, to explain my system, obviously the very top is just help me cycle through a lot of these guys because there's so many pictures here. I think there's 400 pictures. I think this is supposed to be all of AEW, all of WWE, and some of the independents. I'm not even 100% sure. I'm probably not going to know half these people, to be honest, so I don't really know exactly what we're building up, but we're going to be building up. So Ace will be our 1 to 2. They'll be our top two guys, basically, who'd be holding like two championships, because I think two championships are there. 3 to 10 are all the big players, and then 11 and 12. I think last time I did 16 women, but I feel like 12 is a pretty solid, crazy number to have as your basically organization. So we're gonna go from there and do the best we can. So right off the bat, I'm gonna go with I don't remember him, Austin. Is it Austin or Ace? I don't remember. A lot of guys I don't feel like I would pick as one of 12. So first up is Adam Cole. Now Adam Cole honestly would be a solid pick, like to put into your division. The problem is that he just can't stay healthy. So I don't know if I was starting a brand new organization, if I could really pick somebody like that. So I'm gonna have to go with no. That's gonna be the first like decision making person. Adam Copeland, the name value itself is pretty decent, but I'm gonna put no. Hangman Adam Page, the current AEW champion. I definitely like Adam Page. Like I think Hangman could definitely be in the organization. I feel like with some of the other people that we could set up, I'm gonna put him in that 3 for 10. The 11 and 12 spots are just people that I want to like flex, but I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I'll use them or not, but I'm pretty sure Hangman Adam Page would make the roster spot. AJ Francis, no thank you. AJ Styles, again, phenomenal wrestler. I always use that, even if I try not to. But the problem is, he's obviously only has 1 year to his retirement, so definitely not going to be it for me. Tozawa, no. Don't know. Some of these guys I'm just not going to know. Alberto Del Rio, hell no. Aleister Black, definitely probably not. Is that Aleister Black? I'm kind of doubting myself now. I just kind of assume because it's in alphabetical order. No. Shelly, no. Yeah, Alex Shelley. Hamilstone, no. Andrade, no. He probably needs a job. Well, whatever the hell is going on with him, but that's going to be a no. Andre Chase, no. Garza, no. Uh, I forget his name. No. Dawkins, no. Bowers, no. Just get a couple no's here, just kind of shifting it till I find somebody. That's the only problem. It's like I want to look at everybody, but it's like a drafting process. No, Austin Theory honestly would be an interesting choice if I had like a lot of more positions, but not it for me. That is Austin Theory. I'm pretty sure. Axiom is now another choice. I'm gonna put Axiom on my flex spot. He's a young guy, and I really do like Axiom. And I feel like if what I'm thinking about with my organization, I want semi big characters and semi just really good wrestlers. And like obviously there's gonna be a lot of other people that could like fit that, but I think this, Axiom is definitely one of those guys that could fit it. Bandito, one of my two. I'm just telling you, if you see a lot of Bandito matches, he is always putting on 5-star classics for me. Like every time I watch him, there's so many good ones. Like the two matches he had with, God, his Zetiko, not even no clue how to say it, but his two ROH matches against him from the Don Callis family. Obviously, Takeshita has been great. His tag matches with Brody King have been really good. So I think he would definitely be the star that I put a belt on towards the top of my organization, just like ROH does, because he can put on those bangers that are going to put you on the map. Baron Corbin, no. Couple just go down. Big Show would be interesting. Mr. Assman, no. Chris Bay, no. Beast Moros, what Moros, dating Mercedes Monet, so that's pretty cool for him. But I don't know. Like he fits kind of what I'm saying, like big characters that are pretty solid wrestlers. I'll put him in my 11 and 12 spot. I'm gonna be completely honest. He's probably the first guy to get the boot. But if I have the space, like I still don't know exactly who I'm taking because yeah, I can sit here and say I want Cody Rhodes, I want Seth Rollins, I want Okada, but like if you really think about it, it might not be the perfect thing for your organization. Blake Christians, no. I'm pretty sure that's Bo Dallas, no. Bobby Lashley, maybe a couple years ago, no. Brad Baylor, interesting choice, but not quite what we're looking for. Nobody here so far. BJ Ray, hell no. A Cage, no. Hell no to Brock Lesnar. Brody King would be interesting. I like him as a person, but I think for my organization's not it. Braun Breaker, I don't feel like fits my thing. He's such a young guy that's going to be a world champion. I know it's kind of crazy to be like no, but Bronson Reed no, Brutus no, the American Dragon Bryan Danielson also probably no. I'm not by also saying no to people. It's not that I'm thinking they're bad wrestlers. They're just if I'm starting this organization from scratch and what my style is, that's what I'd be doing. Uh, Buddy Matthews, no. God, we're only in the B's, man. This is gonna be difficult. Carmelo, I just pulled up there. I think I put Carmelo down here. I think I'll bring Morris up there. He's got the style and he's got the character. There's something about Carmelo I just think he hasn't quite figured out. Chad Gable would be a very interesting choice. I think I'd put him in there. I think I'd take Chad Gable. I'm thinking people that can wrestle, and Chad Gable's right up there. Now that's Chris Bay. I messed up on the other one. Jericho, no. I thought these were out. Chris Matthews. Oh, it's Chris Jericho. Yep. Chris Sabin, no. Christian, no. Chris Daniels, no. Cesaro would be interesting. I don't know if it quite fits what I want. Same thing with CM Punk. No. Cody Rhodes, no. Like, Cody Rhodes obviously would be an amazing choice for anybody's organization, but is he really that person to get here? I don't think so. Not for my organization for right now. I'm just gonna go no on a lot of these guys. I'm trying to like wait until I see that name. Damian Priest, no. Sandow, no. Don't even know who that is. No. Danhausen would be an interesting choice. Not really 100% always into that comedy. Dante Chen, good, but no. No. Darby Allen, hmm. Like, do you pick Darby Allen over these guys? I don't know. I'm gonna put him there for a second while I'm moving a little bit. Because Darby Allen is like that type of crazy that is good for organizations, but also nobody's really given him that shot to do something. Deion Lennox, no. Dijak, no. Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio honestly is one of those guys that being part of like the WWE system is always going to be his thing, unfortunately for him. But that's an amazing thing to have. So it's gonna be no for me. Don Callis, no, that would be just a manager spot. No, Dragon Lee. I like Dragon Lee. He almost fits what I'm doing, but I feel like I'm gonna have better options. So I'm gonna go with no. Draglisto, that is an absolute yes. He is very underrated. I don't feel like they let him do his full potential, but I do like everything I've seen from him. So he's definitely going to be a yes in my organization. Drew Gulak, no. Drew McIntyre is honestly somebody else I thought like he can do some wrestling around people. I think I'm going to put him in my organization for the time being because him against Adam Page would also be really badass. Duke Hudson, no. Easy free, no. Man, I'm getting to the E's at least. This is one of those longer videos of crazy stuff. Eddie Kingston, no. Eddie Thorpe, no. Idris Milbe, no. Vikingo. I kind of like Vikingo. I'm going to put Vikingo here. I'm going to move Darby Allen up. I think Vikingo could possibly be somebody that I would want. I feel like he's just kind of like fading a little bit with AAA not really getting behind him, at least the people outside. Um, Eric, no. Even Page is an interesting one because he can wrestle. I think I'll put him down here. Still thinking. Try to get through some of these. Evil, no. Finn Balor would be interesting. A little bit too older for what I'm doing here. No. No. Who is that? I honestly couldn't think of who that is right off the bat. No. Giovanni, no. Goldust, no. 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 Gravity is interesting. I like Gravity, but like I feel like he doesn't get enough attention. I'll put Gravity down here. I know I'm like holding a bunch of placers, but I don't want to like overshoot too many people just by saying no. Gunther, not really my thing. No, no. This Hechizero is his name. He was the one that had a bunch of things with Bandito. I definitely think he would be the perfect person for this organization. So that puts me at a pretty decent spot there with having 5 in there. Kenta, I like Kenta, but I don't think he would fit what I'm doing here. No, no. It's like it's so unfortunate when you see like really good wrestlers and you're like, yeah, that any organization would be happy to have this person. Ilya Dragunov is definitely the person that you want in your organization also. Ivar, honestly, low key, if I had more space, I'd kind of put him in there. Is that Jack Cartwheel? I do like Jack Cartwheel, but I think he's just a little too young. I think he's gonna get there though. Bunch of guys here. Jackson Drake, no. Jacob Fatu would be very interesting, but I'm gonna go with no here just because I feel like I'm losing space very fast. People here, I think I'll get rid of Ethan Page. I think I have better quality wrestlers. He's better on the mic, but maybe we don't need to worry about that as much in our organization. Kind of like AEW, you know? Just a random shot at AEW for no reason. Jasper Troy, no, no. Javon Evans, absolutely. Like, he just puts on it. Jay White would also be a really interesting choice. I'm going to go no. Jeff Cobb, I don't want to call him JC Medeo. No. He would be an interesting choice if he just feels like it's all gone downhill since he went there. Both Usos, no. Jinder Mahal, no. Bunch of no's here. We getting through it. We getting through it. No. Joe Hendry, no. No. Johnny Storm, no. Joey Gargano kind of fits that criteria, but I think he's just a little too old for me. Moxley's very interesting, but it's going to be a no. Alexander, no. No for Briggs. Briggs is low key pretty decent in what he does. Is that Scotty too hottie? I don't even think so because it doesn't fit Julius. God, man, there's so much. Karrion Kross, like Karrion Kross. Shibata would be very interesting. We got a Shibata and Okada here. That is absolutely insane that I'm going to say no to both of them. It's nothing to do with it, just the organization that we're doing. Kenny Omega would be another interesting choice, but it's going to be a no. Man, I just see so many people going through. It's so hard. We're on the K's, though. Kevin Owens, no. No. Kip Wilson, no. Kofi, no. Commander. I've liked Commander a lot, but he doesn't get as much showing. I feel like could Commander come in there and be just as good? Um, very possibly. Let me see. I think we move Carmelo out. We'll move Gravity up. I'll leave those as the bottom. Takeshita obviously is our number 2. Bandito and Takeshita as your champions, or like them fighting, is absolutely already amazing thing. They already pretty much have one of the best matches this year, and just having that in your organization would be absolutely perfect. God, I'm trying to like look and see if there's anybody else. I'm trying not to like spend going through all of this. Matt Cardona is interesting. Mike Bailey is very interesting. Let me move him or them up here. They have Sin Cara here, but do they have anybody else? Octagon. Let's see. Nathan Frazier. Nathan Frazier is an interesting one. Mascara Dorada. I'm just trying to see if we just get the people that we need and then make the decision from the bottom part. Seth Rollins would absolutely be great. Templar. Kind of like Templar. Put Templar there. Going through a lot of this, I really don't see anybody sticking out on me that's like gotta be in there. Zack Sabre Jr. actually. All right, so we got that bottom part. So we got 1, 2, and 3. So then we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's 8 spots right there, and then 2 at the bottom. So we already got 7 filled out. All right, let's dwindle this down. I think Templar, would fit really well into this, and Mascota Dorada. I think I'd move Chad Gable down and out just because when I was thinking about it, he's a great wrestler, but I don't think he fits exactly what we're doing here. Hangman Adam Page, Drew McIntyre, I just think their personality / in-ring skills are just too good not to pass up on. Ilya Dragunov is still just really good. You know who also down here that I would possibly look at would be Obafemi, but I don't know if he quite fits everything that we're doing here. I'm gonna go without Jay White. I'm gonna take Nathan Frazier out. Zack Sabre Jr. I'll go Commander because I'm out of spaces. I gotta get rid of 2 out of these. I'll go Vikingo gone, and I'll go Mike Bailey out. I think I'd do that. I'd probably just swap this here when you really think about it. And that would be my organization. We'd have Bandito and Takeshita at the top. Obviously, 2 of the most just well-versed wrestlers out there. And then right after that, just a huge, huge list of pretty much just badass wrestlers, but like good character workers too, and like their own way to make it at least interesting with some of these guys. But yeah, that would be my organization. Tell me what you guys think. Would you watch this? Would you like these people? Would you think this could be a pretty good synergy thing? I think it would be. Obviously, nothing in the world that this could happen because there's a lot of different moving parts there, but I think I still like it. But until next time, this has been Japan. Bye, guys.